In order to place type on this page, as we've seen before, I'll need to take my type and I'll drag myself a box. I'm going to see if this will work. One thing I need to pay attention to is that there is this fold down the center of this spread. And so I would want to have that fold come between words rather than right on words and letters, because it's possible for them to get lost in the fold, and then your headline wouldn't make a lot of sense. I need to go to impact. And I'm actually going to give it a little bit more space. I used kerning to do that. Okay. And I'm going to use accidents grotesque. Just a second while I start it. I use a program called Suitcase that controls my fonts, so I don't have to have them all on all the time. And I'm thinking accidents grotesque. Turn that on. Okay, that's on. Spinning beach ball of death, which is not nearly as fatal as it used to be, but we will see. Okay. Accidents. Hold it down. And I'm going to make it a lot smaller. That's a subhead. There's a headline. Here's a subhead that further explains my headline. Now I want to add text. And so I'm going to go just like I went to pictures. Now I'm going to do the same thing for type. I'm going to click on place. I'm going to click on my text file. And I want to turn on show import options right here. Very important. I'm going to click open. And I get this dialog box, which if I don't turn on show import options, I won't get. What I want to do here is I want to tell it to remove styles and formatting from text and tables. And I can also add preserve local overrides. So if something is bold or italic, it will happen. So the deal is with Microsoft Word that there are styles embedded in any brand new Microsoft Word document. And if I bring that formatting over from Word, then it kind of pollutes the stream of what's happening in InDesign. I'm going to have to fight against those already installed styles that come over from Word in order to be able to format my text the way I want it to. And I don't want to have to do that. So by using this, having the option to create these, to remove those styles, the text is going to come over as pure text with no formatting, and I'll be able to easily reformat my text. So I'm going to click OK. And you'll notice I get a cursor that has text in it instead of a cursor that has an image in it, like we did when we had images. And so I can now take this and I can click and I can drag a text box. And you'll see at the bottom that there is a red mark. That red mark indicates that there's more type contained in this text box than can actually appear, and it extends on beyond this text box. If I click that red icon there, I can go up to the next column and I can drag some more text. I can then take this text box here and I click and I hold, and you can see that those two text boxes are actually connected. This makes it very easy to make changes. I could say type the word, and it will just reflow the document rather than having to go through and copy and paste words from each column to the next column to the next column. And I have another red box here, so I can click here. And I can drag. And I can click here. And I can drag. And then I have four columns and they're all connected to each other. Okay. When we are doing something like this, we also want to get these columns to line up at the top. Actually, I'm going to pull this one over just a hair. I don't know why that one's not quite. So if it doesn't cooperate fully, what I would do is I'd use the magnifying glass and come in tighter, black arrow, black arrow. If I hit Command 0, it zooms out and I can see the whole page. So I have two ways that I could line these up at the top. One is that when you can see this grid, I can click on the ruler at the top and drag down what's called a guide. And then I would go in and zoom in and make sure that these text boxes are lined up with the top of the guide. In this case, we all want to be as careful as perfect as we can. Okay, and so that appears to be on the guide, that appears to be on the guide, and that appears to be on the guide, so everything should line up properly. The other way is that I can hold my shift key and I can select all 4 of these text boxes, and then I can go over here to align, and there's align top edges, and I can click on that, and that would also make sure that these got aligned properly. So again, if I want to put text in here, I go to File, I go to Place, I go to my document, I make sure Show Import Options is turned on, I click Open, I make sure it says Remove Styles and Formatting from Text and Tables, and I may want to have on Preserve Local Overrides. It's also possible you might want to have that off and just have everything come in completely unstyled. Click OK. And notice that this text automatically flowed into the 4 boxes that I created.